Hello, my crafty friends. Can you believe that Valentine's Day is just right around the corner? So today I want to share 5 cute and easy cards that you can make this Valentine's Day. And the best part is you can make these cards with any supplies that you have on hand. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, you will learn how to create a simple focal point for your cards by adding some layers. Plus, I will share some quick and simple card designs that you can use over and over again with any shapes or pattern papers that you have on hand. Just get creative with it. By the end of this video, you will have 5 fun cards to make for Valentine's Day or for any other occasion. For the latest card making ideas, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on that little bell so you will be notified each time I upload a new video. Okay, so first let's talk about the supplies you will need to create these cards. So you'll need some white cardstock for the base of your cards and to do some stamping on. I also used some real red and flirty flamingo for the accent pieces on these cards. Next, you're going to choose your favorite designer series paper. So for these cards, I am using the From My Heart designer series paper. So I'm actually using the front and the back of this particular piece of paper. But you can use any pattern paper that you have on hand. Of course, you will also need a stamp set. So for these cards, I am using the Heartfelt stamp set from Stampin Up. Now, this particular stamp set comes in a bundle, and it's bundled with 2 punches. So I have a scalloped heart punch and just a regular heart punch, and they're perfect for layering. I am also going to be using some of the beautiful heart doilies. So I am a huge fan of doilies. So they are in real red and flirty flamingo, and then actually you can flip them over and use the white side as well. But we're going to use the colors for today's projects. Of course, you will also need some ink. So for these cards, I am using real red and flirty flamingo. And the last thing I'll be using is just a couple of pearls to do some embellishing on the card. All right, that's it. I think we're ready to get started. Okay, since I am sharing 5 different Valentine's Day card ideas with you, I'm going to show you how to create a very quick and simple focal point using these little heart shapes. Now, keep in mind that you can use any shape to create the focal point. So if you're not making Valentine's Day cards, you can use whatever shape that you want. So here are the layers that I will be using on the cards I'm sharing today. So layer 1 is just simply the Valentine's Day heart image stamped on a scrap piece of white cardstock using either the red or the pink ink. Now the image was cut out with one of the new heart-shaped punches. Layer 2 was created with the new scalloped heart punch. So this punch is slightly larger than the first one, which makes it great for layering. And the third layer, well, it's simply one of the heart-shaped doilies. Now, the card ideas I will share with you today feature focal points created with either 1, 2, or 3 layers of hearts. Card number 1. For this first card, we're going to start with a piece of white cardstock cut at 5.5 by 8.5 inches. You're going to score the 8.5 inch side at 4.25 inches to create the base of your card. Then we are going to start by randomly stamping the small heart image down the left side of the white card front using real red ink. So we're going to use the stamp off technique to create a lighter shade of red hearts across the card. Now to use the stamp off technique, simply ink up your stamp with real red ink. Stamp the image on the cardstock and then without re-inking it, stamp it again. You will notice that this gives you a lighter shade of whatever color you are working with. So in this case, it's a lighter shade of real red ink. So once you have finished stamping the small hearts, cut a 1 by 4.25 inch piece of pattern paper and adhere it across the center of the card front. Next, let's create a 3-layer focal point for the card. Then, for the finishing touch, simply embellish the card with a few pearls. And that's it. Pretty simple, right? Card number 2. So for this card, we're again going to start with a piece of white cardstock for the base of our card. Next, cut a 1 by 5.25 inch piece of pattern paper and adhere it to the left side of the card front. Don't adhere it directly to the edge of the cardstock. Leave about a 1/4 inch matting around this piece. Next, choose a different piece of pattern paper and cut it at 2 by 5.25 inches. Adhere this piece to the left side of the card front so that it slightly overlaps onto the other piece of pattern paper. Okay, next let's create a 2-layered focal point for this card. And then again, for the finishing touch, simply embellish the card with a few pearls. Card number 3. So for this card, we're again going to start with a piece of white cardstock for the base of our card. Next, you're going to cut a 3 by 3 inch piece of patterned paper. Punch out the heart shape in the center of the patterned paper. Now you're going to save this heart shape because we will be using it on card number 4. Next, cut a 2.5 by 2.5 inch piece of one of the striped patterned papers and adhere it behind the heart opening on that 3 by 3 inch piece of patterned paper. Cut a 3.25 by 3.25 inch piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock. Adhere the 3 by 3 inch piece of patterned paper to the Flirty Flamingo cardstock and then adhere it to your card front. Next, let's create a 2-layered focal point for the card. Then for the finishing touch, embellish the card with a few pearls. Card number 4. So for this card, we're again going to start with a piece of white cardstock for the base of our card. This time I decided to add an extra piece of white cardstock. You can skip this step if you want to, because it'll work with or without this extra piece. But if you want, you can cut a 5.25 by 4 inch piece of white cardstock. Cut a 2 by 5 inch piece of patterned paper. Snip the end of the paper into a banner and adhere it to the right side of your card front. Next, I'm going to create 2 focal points for the card using 1 and 2 layers of hearts. And I'm going to offset them a bit. So first I'm going to adhere one of the pink lace doilies to the card so that it overlaps onto the patterned paper banner that we created. Next, I'm going to use the heart shape that I saved from the previous card, and I'm going to adhere it to the center of the pink doily. Next, go ahead and stamp the Valentine's Day heart image, punch out the image, and then go ahead and adhere it to the card with a few dimensionals. Then, for the finishing touch, simply embellish the card with a few pearls. Card number 5. Okay, this last card, we are going to start again with a piece of white cardstock for our card base. And we're going to choose 2 different pattern papers that complement each other. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces of one of the pattern papers at 3/4 by 4 inches. Then I'm going to cut 2 pieces of the other pattern at 1.5 by 4 inches. Now we're going to take all of our pattern paper pieces and we're going to adhere them across the card front, just alternating the patterns. So we're going to start about 1/4 inch from the edge of the card front. And we're going to start with the 3/4 by 4 inch piece. So we'll adhere that one first. Then go ahead and add a 1.5 by 4 inch piece. Then add another 3/4 by 4 inch piece and continue to alternate the pieces until you cover the entire card front. So adhere one of the lace doilies to the card. Punch out 2 more hearts, one from red and one from pink cardstock. Adhere the red heart to the right side of the card front so that it lines up with the lace heart that you have. Adhere the pink heart between the lace and the red one. Then stamp the Valentine's Day heart image on a scrap piece of white cardstock using red ink. Punch out the image with one of the heart shapes from the punch pack. Punch out a scalloped heart from a piece of red cardstock and adhere the 2 hearts together, and then adhere them to the center of the doily with a few dimensionals. Then again, for the finishing touch, simply embellish the card with a few pearls. Okay, there you go. Now you have 5 cute and easy cards that you can make for this Valentine's Day or any other occasion. Just get creative with it. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it with your friends. And leave me a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the cards shared here today. Have fun getting creative, take care, and I'll see you soon.